Hey, Keds! Yeah, we're here! All three of us are back. We're back in...
Victory scream!
Alright, that's where we're going to start the video.
Oh, my God.
At least we warmed up.
Johnny's so excited. This is Johnny's moment. We're talking about the Pokemon manga today. You know why we're talking about the Pokemon manga today? It's not because, there's, a dry spell of cards being released. It's just there's no cards to buy. We can't crack packs.
Broke ass bitches.
Yeah, it's getting hard.
Yeah, so we pre-order our stuff and we just wait till release, and that's about it. So in the meantime, I think we have something that we're all kind of pretty excited for. At least speaking for us, we don't know about you guys, but you might actually hate this. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the OG Pokemon manga today. This is my first time reading this.
Me too.
And to be fair, I don't like. I know the general story beats of the first game. It's been a while since I played it, so it'll be interesting to hear, especially you guys who are kind of more intimate with this stuff, to kind of show the comparisons of how the games kind of differ from the manga, and all the stuff, all the little cool Easter eggy type of things that we might have gotten swept under the rug in the anime and the game that are probably more prominent in the manga. So yeah, I mean, why don't we get started? So chapter 1. I think I'm gonna screen share, and I just won't.
Copyright.
I won't throw it up on the actual video unless we want to show.
Oh, good point.
Specific,
good point.
So we could all see what's going on.
Yeah. So we can see it, and then we could just cut to the part that we want to talk about.
Right. Yeah.
We're still starting at Palantown. This is the story of Red.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
the OG.
I mean, right off the bat, we kind of don't have anything. We don't have that in the anime. We had Ash waking up or whatever, and he's kind of with his mom, and we have all that stuff. It's no, Red is he's already pretty seasoned. He's got a Pokemon. He's going.
Dude, and it's not a starter.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's Poliwhirl.
It's
so
your boy.
Cool.
Yo.
So cool.
You would never know that unless you're reading this, because they never even indicate that Red's Pokemon that they first introduce is Poliwhirl. You
Which
just
is
think,
so
oh,
sick.
yeah, you just think, oh, starts at Palantown the game, and your first Pokemon that you run into is your starter that you get at Oak's Lab, and it's not. Look at that.
Yeah, right off the bat, you kind of see a couple of differences, specifically from the anime. The character just basically looks like the game. It looks like you're actually seeing a living version of the game, the 2D sprites. Another thing is, and I think this is probably the most commonly known thing about the manga, is it definitely feels a little more grounded, and at that same time a little more violent. Even this Nidoran, is that Nidoran?
Nidorino.
In the first panel, he's kind of messed up. So yeah, it's definitely got a different spin than you're probably used to, especially if you're just an anime only.
And it's I like how they made the Pokeball show the Pokemon inside the ball.
Yeah, that was a cool touch. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's stuff like that just instantly kind of grabbed me.
It's cool where it's evolved from this. you know.
evolved. But yeah, the it's all these like small changes that are like kind of like were that little carrot on the string that kept me going. Because again, we're for people like us that grew up with it, for the cads that grew up with this stuff, um, it's it's a familiar story. So just seeing these small changes made it interesting enough where I was from the beginning intrigued.
Yeah, it
Um,
made you feel. It made you feel like you recognize the story, but it still felt brand new, which I thought was pretty cool.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
definitely.
I mean,
And I will say one random shout out real quick, just because we talked about Poliwhirl.
Mhm.
I think it's really cool that they chose Poliwhirl because the person who created Pokemon, his favorite Pokemon is Poliwhirl.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that could be why then.
I mean,
You
Yeah.
know,
yeah, for sure. So we get to yeah, page 9, and I just really I wanted to point out. I mean, I wish they kind of just did this throughout all Pokemon, where you could just see the little Pokemon inside, because like this shot is just awesome. Just seeing the sunset and you see like the little Poliwhirl just kind of like
the
looking
happy
at
ass
this-
Poliwhirl.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah, that's some good shit, man.
Peak.
Yeah. And then we kind of we got our first appearance of Team Rocket in the first issue. So
Immediately.
things kind
Mhm.
of just like shit hits the fan kind of like real quick. Now, I guess we'll kind of talk about the elephant in the room here. The Mew is in the first.
They just
chapter.
throw Mew in
That was
there.
so random.
I was not expecting that.
Me neither.
One other thing too is the I don't know if you guys know this, but in the OG version of I guess the Japanese version, blue is actually green.
Yeah,
And one
Which I
other
didn't-
kind of fun
I
fact
didn't recognize that.
is they actually just like spell it or say it like it is in English. Like in Japanese, like green is Midori. So I was just like, you know, if you watch My Hero Academia, you know, like Izuku Midoriya. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Sounds like a Japanesey type of name. But no, they just actually call him green. so it's just like that was a little surprising. But in the English translation of it, they do change it though to blue. So we'll be seeing.
Interesting that they do that a lot. Even with like the TCG, like there's a Japanese version of like a tag team card with red and blue on it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Japanese version, the card is red and green because
Right.
it's supposed to. His name's supposed to be green. But then
Mhm.
I guess when they translate it over to us, it's red and blue. But they never change the color of the card. It's actually
Right.
still red and green. As like an homage. Yeah.
See, now we know why.
Yeah.
The
All
more you
'cause of
know.
this.
I mean, I think running through this will definitely pick up on more like subtleties in the cards moving forward. A lot of battling kind of happens. We see kind of the introduction of Green trying to go after Mew. Mew is god tier, so he's having none of it. But of course, you know, main character energy, Red, kind of starts doing stupid stuff that your standard main character does, and Mew just kind of bodies Poliwhirl.
Immediately.
Funny enough, though, I know we did say that there could be a lot of violence in this. Well, I mean, not so much here. We start off,
yet.
we get a little
It's very
cartoony.
innocent.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
innocent.
It gets real when Pharaoh pops up.
right, and it I think that what's at least nice and what I always appreciated about manga is the artistry will match the tone, whereas like with like, you know, a Nickelodeon TV show or something, it's like they can only go so far with stuff, whereas like with
Yeah.
this it's like you know,
We could
okay,
catch the emotion.
right, this is like chapter 1. Obviously you don't want like blood and guts everywhere.
Oh, what do you mean? Like Attack on Titan? Where,
Right,
you
right.
know.
But the nice thing is when things do get serious in the show or in the manga, it
can
will
tell.
match that. It'll match the intensity that.
Yeah, they want you to know, like, oh, if you're battling Team Rocket, like it's more serious.
Right.
It's not like Jesse James battling. It's more like, oh, well, they're a real adult crime syndicate. Shit's happening.
Which interesting thing you brought that up because I actually noticed that they didn't even. Maybe they just don't, but they didn't bring any of Jesse and James into this.
No, Jesse and James are not canonical technically.
They're not in the manga at all.
No.
That's crazy.
They're Ash anime only.
Yeah.
Mhm. Wow.
Yep. So I guess. Oh, this is I guess another interesting thing is
Cool panels.
I mean, yeah. I guess we could slow down for a second, just kind of talk about that. Yeah, the way it's really just something that's kind of uniquely manga in the sense of Pokemon, but it's like well, you can get these like really strong silhouettes and like this really nice use of black that you just don't normally get in a manga, or sorry, in an anime. Everything's a lot more colorful. For most of the time, especially with a kids show like Pokemon. So the fact that we get these really nice silhouette panels is
It's
just
pretty
really,
sick.
really nice on the eyes.
Is it always black and white? This one in particular?
All
Manga
manga is black and white.
Oh.
They'll
Unless-
give you
unless
like
for
special color pages sometimes. Yeah,
Got
at the
it.
beginning, but
Like
they-
this next cover that they showed. Like that cover
Yeah.
showed
Yeah, the
color.
covers will almost always be in color.
So sick. This was actually my first manga read period.
It's really cool.
By the way.
Yeah, funny enough, just to go on this very small tangent, but I remember showing you like Yu Yu Hakusho's manga. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's black and white. I was like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
manga.
Yeah.
And you were just like totally unfamiliar with it. So
Yeah, dude. Even when like reading this, I didn't realize you had to go right. You have to do this like weird angle of
Well,
right
you
to
have to
left and down.
discover it on your own.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you got to figure it out.
I was like, this doesn't make sense.
Like, look at this. This
You-
looks mad detailed, and like they took really good care of this manga.
I mean, if the entire manga was
That's
like
beautiful.
this panel, it would be insanity.
Bruh.
It would be so. I
Dude,
mean,
that'd be
hell, even
so
that,
hard.
even all of these little details, like with the Pokeballs and stuff, it's so well done. Oh, look at that Bulbasaur. So good.
Side note, kind of reminds me of like, was it like Burger King that gave these out where you could see Pokemon that was like in the they like had Pokeballs and they like had Pokemon in them.
Maybe
I remember a product being like
they
that.
made a gold.
Yeah.
They made the gold ones, the gold bars.
They made the gold ones, but then they made another one that was like see through, and you could like see the Pokemon in them.
I do remember seeing those though.
Just gave me a weird nostalgic feeling.
Well, maybe they wanted to be true to the source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Pushing that product.
another thing I do kind of like here too is the way Professor Oak is characterized in this first appearance. He's like much more of like a shitty old man. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're stealing my
He
shit.
He's just being what's
not-
it called?
He's not a wholesome like
He's like less
teacher.
silly. Like fucking Ash's mom. Like that's not the
Oh, no,
not
he
the
might still
vibe.
be doing that in this too. You know, who knows?
It's just a different energy.
No, he's definitely fucking Ash's mom. But Red's the main character here. You fucked Ash, you cuck. You know what? I don't know if this is in the anime at all, but I like the fact that like,
Dude, they're
these
still
Pokemon.
miniature.
Well, not only that, but these Pokemon that are like not super. I guess at least what's being portrayed here, they're not super close with the professor. So like once that Pokeball opens, they basically become wild animals again. They're just like
Yeah,
fucking.
like,
Yeah.
Fuck all this.
It's you see this a couple times, like with Gary in a future chapter where he's training a Porygon. He's like, yeah, dude, I need like if I don't fucking deal with this, like he's not just gonna go back in the Pokeball. He's just gonna be a problem. So, yeah, I kind of like that. It's and let okay,
yeah.
we're bringing up this. This is a great panel. Professor Oak just getting shit on by a Pidgey. This is one of my favorite pages
I love it.
because you get a really nice action shot of Pidgey, followed by just a dumb fucking shit post, basically. And then you just see Red just running away, looking super fucking like video game proportions. It's just real good.
It's good, and it's like it's kind of nice because it's so different than the story that we deal with, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like the original game was just like, hey, like your mom recommended you to come talk to me. Like, sure, I'll show you how
Right.
to, go catch your first Pokemon. This is just like they're just like completely starting on the wrong foot. Like, it's just not the same.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's
this
great.
is like shitty little kid Red
Yeah,
just causing havoc.
just as arrogant.
Yo, get the fuck out of my lab. All right, I gotta go teach you the ways now.
Yeah,
Like,
so
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
just for the audience here. So after Professor Oak gets shitted on and probably farted on, basically Red decides to go after the Pokemon to, say, I'm sorry for doing that. And Professor Oak's like, no, you idiot. You gotta go help you. And that basically takes us to wait. Oh, we're
Now
still
we're
at the
in
beginning
Viridian
of this.
City.
We're still at the beginning of this.
well, they just show them catching them.
Yes.
You
So
guys skim through
It's
this.
your it's like your tutorial in the Red Blue game. where
Literally.
you run into the guy and he's like, "This is how you catch Pokemon."
foreshadowing.
There we go.
Foreshadowing.
You're in Viridian City.
Look at that.
Gym's closed.
Gym's closed.
Just like the
The
game.
game, yeah.
Except
Okay.
there's a Bulbasaur,
Yeah, so this was actually kind of interesting.
the goat.
Yeah, he doesn't even really kind of catch him at first. They just kind of like become friends.
He ashes him.
Yeah, he kind of fights.
He does that ash thing. Yeah.
And yeah, by the end of it, they're basically best buds.
The power of friendship.
This was a little unclear, I will say.
Machoke just popping up.
Less the Machoke and more the actual attack.
Yeah, yeah.
I was at first like,
I was confused.
yeah, I was like, wait, what if I gotta try? And then it's like, okay, obviously he's, and looking back, it's like, okay, yes, he's doing Solar Beam. But at first I was like, wait, is he getting hit by just the sun? Like, is he afraid of the sun? And I was like, oh no, it's Bulbasaur.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just gonna open this window and
Yeah,
dark
like the
light will
God
shine through the
rays.
darkness.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Your starter, you just started your journey, but hey, you have a Bulbasaur that knows Solar Beam
Beam.
Busted.
from the jump. Busted.
So Machoke goes down. Professor Oak basically gives him the Bulbasaur. They're totally best buds.
Red's first starter was Bulbasaur.
Mm.
Aga.
This is a retcon in Johnny's canon. Johnny
he's so
only
happy.
chose Bulbasaur because everyone else wanted Blastoise and Charizard.
Nah,
so
me
Johnny
and
was just
Red
being contrarian.
chose
You
Bulbasaur.
chose nothing.
You just wanted to be different.
Yeah, you just wanted to
Bulbasaur
be
Master
different.
Race, baby.
Bulbasaur Master Race. The onto the next page.
Obviously, naive Red couldn't explain to Oak that he saw Mew because he didn't even know what Mew was. So the story goes on.
Yeah. So yeah, again, we get the same kind of story beats here. Professor Oak starts being a little more Professor Oaky, I guess. We get the Pokedex, and that kind of just takes us on to chapter
That is the
3.
pilot. I would say that's the pilot. If you were to make an episode,
Yeah. So.
you could, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like everything that we just saw, like was 2 chapters long, but like it could be like if you made it an anime, that'd probably all be in one
Right.
Oh, that was 2
full
chapters?
episode.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize that. Holy shit, that was.
that was lit.
Whoa.
Then he goes on it, then if we wanted to make it quick, he goes on his adventure. Now he's out doing whatever.
Well, I do want to kind of point out a couple things in this chapter. Chapter 3 versus Kangaskhan. We get a little bit more like, look, even this Venonat.
Oh, he's just fucking
Venomoth.
wiped him.
Sorry, Venomoth. Got kind of fucked up here. But yeah, we get a little more with Blue and Red. The rivalry kind of begins here.
I like how they side
Yeah,
note.
the
I like how they. I like how
Power
they.
gets shit on, man.
I like how they had the Pokédex entries from the game, like that weird sprite
That
thing.
is cool. Yes, agreed.
Like that's from the game. That's from
Right.
Red and Blue.
Yeah, it's even more apparent because actually I didn't notice it at first, but it's even more apparent in the Pikachu chapter because it's just like, oh, that's clearly just like the freaking sprite.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we get the beginnings of the rivalry here. It's now this is kind of
Dude.
the big thing I wanted to kind of point out. The big Pokemon, they made fucking big.
Yeah.
True to size.
Yeah.
Kangaskhan, okay, granted, Kangaskhan is 7'3" but he looks like he's 20 feet here.
Which was cool.
It's the cat. It's the angle that they did it. He's looking down. Like
I
he's
mean,
looking-
shit.
It's pretty good.
Look at that! Like even like you can imagine, like they're looking up at this gigantic thing. Fred is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, they made it. They tried to make it look like a realistic thing, where it's just like, no, you got kids out in the fucking forest. This is what Pokemon are really gonna look like.
The not so pocket monster.
You might get got out here in this forest.
Yeah, they're pulling Oda, and they're making the big things really fucking big.
I'm glad they did that though, because it had to make these Pokemon look scary.
Yeah, I mean, again, that it kind of goes with what I was saying before is they will match the tone, and they'll in some cases they'll go the extra mile to make things look more intimidating, and for sure we get that here. So yeah, you get Blue, Green, Gary, whatever you want to call him. Kind of starts going after Kangaskhan. He's a bit of a fucking bitch about it because he's killing the little baby. He's hurting the little baby. So, Red.
Real shit. Family values, chapter 3.
Right. So Red kind of gets a little pissed off, and we get a nice wholesome little moment here.
It's Johnny protecting his child.
Yeah, the items, the potion really looks like a syringe.
Yeah, for sure.
True to the cards, or not even the cards. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
The card. They're Are they pills?
It was a spray.
It was a spray. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. All right. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Never mind.
No, that looks like a needle though.
Yeah.
That shit. Oh no, I get what you're saying though. Your initial thing was that it looks like the cards, but this definitely feels more real though. Like you're fucking injecting your Pokemon with meds. Like that's fucking
first
sick.
of all,
Yeah.
you got like a 10-year-old with a
Hell
needle.
yeah.
And you're going to just drop that shit in there on a random animal.
I
like
mean,
you're some kind of fucking vet.
It's a 10-year-old going out in the woods fighting monsters. So
it's already a bad
That's
idea.
a little bit of a syringe.
All right, so you got 10. Okay, let me retrace that.
Okay.
You got a 10-year-old kid. You got multiple 10-year-old kids out there, out in the wild by themselves with syringes, drugs, just shooting up. They can shoot up like animals, their pets, and themselves.
Speaking of pets.
Well, speaking of them, Giovanni.
He really wants to be involved today.
All right, well, you read the next panel, Matcha.
He went towards the camera. Meow.
Yeah, let that Kangaskhan go. What a mistake. Red's a fucking novice.
Yeah, that would have been a great pickup.
Yo, come on, man. Like early game, like
Early
manga, early manga Kangaskhan.
That would have been busted. Even in the game, that would have been busted.
Truth.
Red just mediocre, man.
He just didn't know.
Just keep getting your Poliwhirl bodied.
This is a nice shot. So we get
Love that.
after the Kangaskhan thing is resolved, we get a lot of the classic rivalry bicker, but we end on this really nice panel. You get kind of the more realistic kind of posing up top, very classic shonen
Very anime of
rivalry.
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
but again, really cool silhouetting that we don't normally get with stuff like that in the anime and in the games because everything's so colorful. Chapter 4.
So now we get into Pikachu.
Yeah.
And Pikachu isn't even mentioned until now. The mascot of Pokemon that was adopted as the mascot of Pokemon.
Surprising.
Not even Red's main squeeze Pokemon.
Still a menace, though. Still a menace.
Still a menace.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes is in this one, actually.
Yeah, so we get this wanted poster is actually pretty funny because it really just calls like Pikachu a fucking menace.
But not big fat Pikachu.
It's not big fat gay Pikachu. No, actually, I will say real quick, I love this interpretation of Pikachu. I love the way it's drawn. I think it's so cool. I also love that camera angle. Matcha comment. But yeah, this literally says mischief, and then Nezumi is mouse. So Pikachu still causing issues here.
Jump.
But look at
jump this fuck.
Look at that. That's so funny. Pikachu has a lot of expressive panels in this, and I just love it.
Yeah, he's just like eating people's shit and like causing chaos. It's actually like kind of funny because like I feel like this is what like a New York City rat would do.
Dead ass. Like I do really appreciate, and that it's funny every time he brings something up. It's like I make this other connection, but it's like, yeah, like they treat Pokemon more like animals too. Like like they could be menaces, you know. Granted, there are moments. Don't get me wrong. In other interpretations of the story, where we see them treated like that, but I think it's just it's accentuated in the manga.
For sure.
But look at that fucking shit-eating grin. Like it, I just love the way he's interpreted here. Yeah, I mean, you get again.
Yeah, look at that. Look at Pikachu in the ball.
It's
so fucking annoyed.
Tight.
Yeah, he looks
like Matcha right now, actually.
He does. And then we get to our
there it is.
OG shot of the sprite.
Look at that. That's really the first time I kind of acknowledged that. Oh, damn, they are using the sprites. Yeah, so what a time to be alive. There's more than 100 kinds of Pokemon in the world. That's it. Just about 100 or so.
It.
That's it.
Little did he know.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that panel. So again, we've already caught Pikachu, but Pikachu just wants none of it. Just fucking.
Just like another story we know.
We get Gary kind of being a bitch. And then this kind of really just takes us to really Brock's gym. Really, like this is all kind of where this is leading to. So in Brock's gym, was it always like this? You guys tell me because you're a little bit more familiar with the game.
Like
was
the
it
actual battle?
Was it like a boxing ring? I don't remember that.
No.
So, I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they made the first gym leader into a Coliseum event.
A legit gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which literally was like so opposite of the actual game. He's just like a dead gym. Like one guy in there with him.
So Poliwhirl doing his
probably won't get clapped again.
Yeah, well, okay. And an interesting thing of note here is in this fight, Ash's two main Pokemon are Bulbasaur and Poliwhirl, and they're hurt. sorry, Red. Red's Pokemon are hurt, so they're basically at 1 HP each, and there's no way to heal them. So this is how we kind of get Pikachu involved a little bit, but we do get some nice battling. Just real quick, we do get some strategy out of Poliwhirl and Bulbasaur. He's just one-shotting people. But as time goes on, they're just at their limit. So good old Pikachu needs to come in and save the day. I honestly was expecting Pikachu to show a little bit more weakness.
Hey,
here,
but Brock is drawn like he is in the OG game.
He is. Yep.
He comes in basically topless.
But I will say though, going back to the weakness thing, even though we're not getting like any of that stuff, I do like then that Pikachu's basically just styling on all this stuff. He's just like,
don't give a shit.
Like just going through it. He's not sweating at all. But he still fucks up Red. We still get a lot of those funny moments. But again, when it gets serious, you get just a really nice drawn panel of this Skull Bash. It's just looking at circular composition.
Matcha likes manga.
He really does. He's like purring like a motherfucker right now. Also rubbing his belly.
Like manga.
Oh, what was? I don't know how often do we get like Ash in the anime like getting his Pokemon out of the way of danger, and then that
he does it a lot. He should be DQ'd.
Right? It should be a DQ, right? Because I'm just like, I rarely, or I don't remember seeing that a lot. So I was like, oh, is this like a thing in the?
No, Ash used to get murked a lot.
Okay.
Because like he would do it. He would do it. He would get in the way of something
In official
to
battles
protect
like
his
this.
Pokemon. I don't think in a gym battle he's ever done it.
But
he's done it outside.
Well,
Yeah, he's done it in battles to like, and it would just like boost the friendship and trust between like him and his other Pokemon, and that would be like the bond. That'd be the bonding episode.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of bonding,
Like he essentially caressed Charizard into liking him again.
It's true. Well, same thing here. Ash kind of caresses Pikachu, gives him a bit of a pep talk, and then he basically just fucking bodies Onyx.
Yeah, look at that Onyx panel. First of all, that's some real shit.
It's like a prelude to the violence. It's like, if you don't think about it, it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of rocks going everywhere. No, it's his fucking body exploding.
No, that's how it should have animated in Pokemon Stadium when you body Onyx. That's what it should have looked like.
And it's
missed opportunity.
It's just more insult to injury that you got fucking cucked by an electric type and a little electric mouse. Look at that pose. Look at that fucking pose, baby.
Fuck yeah! Zoom in on him.
Just fucking styling.
He's like, all right, I guess I have a fucking Sigma on my squad. Stares at the badge like, did I even earn this?
Yeah. Pikachu.
Thanks, I guess.
Say no thing. God. But now they're friends. Hooray. Except they're not.
Nah, fuck off.
No, I love that shot. I love that shot when he literally like, he's like, yeah, sure. You shake my hand, you fuck. This shot is so fucking nice. Top left. He's like, yeah. He puts his hand up. Yeah. Come grab my hand. And then just the face of just mischief in that like middle right panel. Like, dude, he's like such a demon.
It's good shit, man. I love the way they portray Pikachu.
This is the Pikachu that they veered away from.
This is peak Pikachu.
This is the Pikachu you would have never known about. The one
Pika
they veered
Pika.
away from.
Oh my god,
Okay.
Gyarados.
All right. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at
So
that. You
cool.
don't get shit like this in the anime. This thing looks fucking
Dude,
intimidating.
it's the 6th chapter.
It's so good.
And they're just throwing
no,
big shit at you.
pacing's quick for sure. But it's to the benefit. It kind of, I mean, especially because it's for little kids. Like you need to keep them action going. But yeah, I mean, we get Gyarados right off the rip. Misty kind of looking a
Bodied.
little different from her design in the
Slightly.
yeah, like I'm not even just talking about her like what she wears. It's just like the face is a little different. This one here kind of looks pretty close, but
By
like,
the way,
yeah.
My name's not. Go back up to the count. By the way, my name's not Ked. It's Cat.
and don't wear it out.
great pickup.
That's the thumbnail. By the way,
It's Cad on the right.
I'll put the CAD logo right here.
Once again, a novice. Like
Holy shit.
perfect opportunity to take out an electric type that you have.
Can we talk about this actually? Like, we can kind of skip a lot of this.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like, yes, it's another battle.
Yeah.
We get Red winning, but really, I think what I wanted to mainly talk about here, we get a kind of a major thing with Team Rocket here. They end up in what cave is this again?
Mount Moon.
Mount Moon.
Yep.
Right. And you got your Zubats, Pikachu's,
Doing that thing.
doing his thing. Fucking still styling on rock ground types. It's like insane.
Yo, that Rhyhorn shot though, like that is terrifying to walk into a cave and see this Rhyhorn.
Oh yeah.
Now you
That
guys
would be fucking menacing.
now
So sick.
I don't know if we want to talk about this now. I guess we'll wait. But this is a pretty major character right here, which we
Yes.
think is just a grunt at first.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep going. We'll run into him.
yeah, so I guess we'll have that conversation in a bit.
Significant chat. Significant.
Yeah, so-
Yo. Yo.
Clamp it.
Can we get there over to literally shouting out chat?
Okay.
Funny, 'cause my sister's been doing that, and she'll just do it in like random in
I mean,
person.
that's pretty funny,
Yeah.
actually. Yo, what should I do, chat? what do we think of chat? It's so trolly.
What an era!
Okay, so
All right, so
we actually we gotta
Rhydon's fucking.
okay, so Pikachu fucking him up. That's basically what happens in this chapter. Pikachu just fucks up more shit.
Give him a shot of that heroin. Look at that.
Yeah, they evolved Rhyhorn with a freaking syringe. That is some dark shit. Like you don't see that in our Pokemon. The shadiest shit we saw was like people selling like one-off plants like in the random corner of like a tunnel. This is straight up like steroids,
Yo,
dude.
they're a
Like,
drug trade. Oh
yo,
my god.
they're steroiding. Like this is nuts.
I mean,
We never saw this.
Well, what did we get in the game? Was it they were experimenting with Pokemon? Is that the extent of what we learned? Like they were just doing
They-
like immoral experiments?
They barely said even experiment. Like they kept it so PG where it was just like it
super
almost felt
vague.
like they kept it vague. They're just like, oh, we're capturing them. We're using
Yeah.
their powers. But they never were,
I wonder.
is
I wonder
crazy.
if that's only because of localization. I wonder if in the original Japanese they were more specific in those games. I'll check it out.
Possibly.
But yeah, so Pikachu fights Rhyhorn.
Yeah, they even give you a panel of him sticking the needle
That's
in
what I'm saying.
Rhyhorn.
That's what I'm saying. We got a straight up just like steroid usage here.
Just straight flex on
Yo,
him.
right
And now
there.
he's a Rhydon.
Yeah, Rhydon just coming in hot. So you get, I mean,
Keep
Again,
going.
it's so hard to not talk.
Keep
about
going.
this.
Nothing
But-
familiar there.
But yeah, I mean, we get some really nice action shots and more. Okay, now here we start getting a little bit of violence, get a little bit of blood going on. Misty
Yeah,
got a pretty major concussion here
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
in this chapter.
Following a horn drill.
But then Pikachu coming in clutch. Look at this. Look at this. This is peak Pikachu design here, boys. Look at this stupid thing.
Look at Red going. Ah.
Ah. But dude, I love this Pikachu design. This is so peak.
They really David Goliath Pikachu.
Yeah.
I know, Pikachu's so OP. He's just
So
fucking-
good.
Yeah. So again, more action shots.
Oh, freeze.
All right. You can't miss it now.
Chat, who's
Yeah.
that?
Yo.
Reference. Do we gotta rewind it?
Was he always in Team Rocket?
No. So this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
They did not make Koga. They just said he was a ninja in the game.
In the games they just played as gym leaders.
Right.
Even in the
Okay.
show,
I'm
like
not crazy.
did Koga even like do all this? I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember
No,
it
right?
being
But
memorable,
what I'm saying
honestly.
but what I'm saying is like now you can pinpoint back like vintage cards. Like go back to
Right.
gym challenge stuff. Like some of their gym cards look kind of sinister. Like why do they look kind of dark? It's not because they're edgy. It's because
they're
of
Team
this.
Rocket.
Yeah. So like you could look back at like a bunch of this stuff
Dude,
and just see like, oh, it makes sense. Like some of this stuff makes sense. They're all kind of linked and intertwined.
like Koga was toxic as hell. No pun intended. And we
thought that
never
was
even
all
realized
fun.
why. Yeah, super pun, leaning into it. But this man was toxic for a reason because he was fucking Team Rocket, man.
Yeah. So that was pretty
It's
surprising.
cool. It was a cool story, cool storyline to follow.
Right. Everything kind of feels much more intertwined, which I think it's definitely to its benefit in this story.
Yeah,
I would love
Next.
to see this in game form. This story, like this would be cool. I would
There's
almost
gotta
like
be a ROM.
I don't
Yeah,
know
there's
if
gotta
for
be.
sure. For
I
sure.
wonder like how you can make this an action game. Like because I think what would be cool is if you turn it into an action game or like a fighting game, almost like the way they do Mortal Kombat. Or like Pokken Tournament, I guess, in a way, where you have like you show a lot of this stuff, kind of go like the story, and then you get to a fight, and then you just fight like the standard fight. Like instead of like picking your Pokemon, it's like no, this is the Pokemon fight that's happening.
That'd be
based on
cool.
the story. Yeah. So I think that branching out, if Pokemon wants to make more money, they can kind of lean more into the manga stories. Because
haven't.
so far so good.
Yeah,
Oh, they do have a ROM hack that follows the OG story.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm sure that's a thing.
Oh,
Has Pokemon cease and desisted though?
Stay tuned, chat.
Okay.
yeah, for real. Gaming setup incoming. All right, next. Go to the next one.
Yeah, so we finished up this chapter. We get
They got the Moonstone.
Yeah, we blah blah blah. All right, now we can talk about kind of what kind of goes on. So everything's kind of like it's similar, right, to the anime here. Misty's rich and shit, isn't she rich?
Yeah,
I-
they do like slice of life stuff. They go back.
Wasn't she rich, though?
around.
Was she rich in the show?
Or I thought she had sisters and was rich. I thought.
In the game, I don't remember that.
She wasn't rich.
She wasn't, right? This was all new to me. I was like,
Really?
why is she like a princess?
Oh, I could have sworn
She
she was
wasn't
rich.
No, she was just one of the sisters.
Or am I like thinking of?
And she was kind of just like dating around, like Ash like scares her. Like in the game, you scare her. As she's talking to like a
No.
guy.
So James is rich. James of Team Rocket's rich.
Is that what I'm
Really?
thinking of?
Yeah, remember like they find out that like he's from money, and then like his family brings him back to the mansion, and then like he abandons Team Rocket during that episode, and then like they're fighting to get him back, and then Ash and Team Rocket all team up to try to get him back.
What?
You don't remember this?
No.
Yeah.
Johnny's a
Fire
savant.
episode.
That's sick. Johnny leaning into the anime guru. What's up? Because I have no idea that even happened.
So many weekday mornings waiting to get driven to school to play tech decks with Nova.
Okay, so
You can scroll this.
we end up getting we get up to, I guess, this manga only rich take
Rich Misty.
of Rich Misty here. They kind of go back and forth. I think what kind of happens here is Red is
he's
just
just
being
too
too
hood.
arrogant or something.
You can't.
You think he got the girl too quick?
Yeah. Red doesn't know
He's
his
feeling himself.
he doesn't know his soup spoons from his other spoons, and he's kind of making her embarrassed.
So apparently Misty didn't like any of that, and she basically attacks him while he's sleeping. Red's
Mhm,
like, "What the hell was even that?" And then we get what is supposed to be what I thought. Here's what I thought was going to happen. They do all this. They kind of decide that they're going to train, and then they train. And I was expecting them to kind of divert, and then we go to do Team Rocket stuff. But what ends up happening is they train, and then they come to like some type of understanding. Yeah, they come to some understanding. Then they train, quote unquote, but then we get a time skip, and then Red has the badge. And maybe I'm crazy, but I think that's what happened.
Yeah, no, that is exactly what happened.
So,
I don't even remember. Like, it was like, see ya. Like, when?
Yeah.
They don't even show her giving him the badge. Like, it's almost like that handshake on that right panel. It's almost like she slipped the badge to him because we never saw him really win it.
And the first time I think we see it is like 10 chapters later, I think, when we see Green.
And he's like, I have 2 badges.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
have 2.
What?
He's like,
No,
you can't mess with
don't,
someone with 2 badges.
Yeah. I was like,
Don't flash
wait.
those handouts, you fuck.
Literally, this man, he got like food stamps, and he's proud of it.
All right, chapter 9 though. Chapter 9.
Oh yeah, here comes a familiar story here.
We get
You catch Bill.
Bill.
You catch Bill in his house. He's stuck in the fucking tube.
All right, so is this not the PC, or is this the PC? Is this a new tech?
This is in his house. This is in his house. This is actually part of the game.
Remember,
Okay.
he was stuck in in the
Oh,
Pokemon,
right.
and then you had to
Gotcha,
press
gotcha,
the button to
gotcha.
get him out.
Right.
But cool to see it in like real form, because like they just like gave you like a Rattata sprite in the game, but here it's like they really like actually merged him with the Pokemon. It's so funny to see it.
Yeah, he's about to get got.
Once I saw the Furo,
Got real.
I was like, okay, because I think anyone that's kind of remotely interested, like has in this space, has probably seen a couple panels, and one of them involves Furo. So once I saw this, I was like, okay, everything's a little heightened here. You try to kind of keep all that out and kind of review this on the merits of the manga itself, but it was really hard to avoid the moment. And then I saw Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl comes out. Okay, so really, real quick for the audience, because we're flying through this. Bill is in his Pokemon form. Then, as he's in the little Rattata form, Furo comes, grabs him, and he's flying away. So, Red tries to stop him. Pikachu and Poliwhirl basically go and try to attack him. Then we get, I think, Pikachu does. Is it
Thunder Shock
Thunder
or
Shock?
something.
Is it it's a little.
Yeah.
I think it's a Thunder Shock.
Get to the
Furo
penetration.
falls. We get to. Okay.
Fucking-
Yeah. So
yeah, go.
we get to Furo falls. recovers, and then as everyone's guard is dropped, we get a moment.
Tries to get in
Boom!
there.
Oh, yo, got through.
no. Yo, Polyworld they did not do Polyworld justice at all in this manga up to this point.
Friggin' bullseye.
Bodied chapter to chapter, and now just the ultimate body.
Just
Oh my
sacrificing
God.
himself.
But
But
ironic enough, this is his plan all along.
yeah, I don't know how this
Yo,
made any sense.
That's straight up Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero.
It's kind
Yo,
a little
for
bit,
real.
but it would have made more sense if he Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero and turned himself into an ice clone. No, he turned into like mist and then froze him.
Plot armor.
Plot armor. Seriously, I don't know what.
That's
the
happens
move
when you're
was.
the favorite. When you're the
Chat,
favorite
chat.
Pokemon.
What was that move? Can someone smarter than us tell us what that move was?
When that happens, you know the creator was like, I'm gonna make him not even flinch. I'm gonna make my favorite Pokemon's gonna just do what I want him to do. what
I
happened.
mean,
Epic.
it was cool.
That was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
That made it very believable. That was like really, really
It
cool.
would have been so much cooler though if he actually made contact.
if he got bodied. If he
Yeah,
legitimately got
that would have
bodied.
been so metal.
Oh, like a still frame, like of just like them both eating shit.
No, just Poliworld is getting bodied, like just getting stabbed
actually
in the stomach.
bodied.
Yeah,
Probably, well,
Actually.
you're officially dead.
and then well, not dead, but maybe we One Piece it and just gets mortally stabbed. But then he's okay in the next chapter or whatever. But for the time being, it would have been cool to have him go down and then have some type of different character moment. Someone does something, someone else steps up. But Reliable comes through again.
Polyworld needed a moment. He got bodied for like half the chapters we just read.
That's true.
So this is good.
Well, he
This
sure
is-
got his
this is good
friggin'
for him.
moment.
Give him his flowers.
So we get our classic Bill.
Not in the game, by the way. None of that happened in the game.
No.
This
This
is where
is
they
in the game.
resume. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
where they
So
resume.
we're back on track here.
Bill comes out of it.
Yeah, Red kind of got too many Pokeballs. So yeah,
That's it.
gives them to Bill. IYK. All right. Chapter 10, verse Voltorb. We actually do see the badge here.
Whoa, flexing on him. He's actually wearing them.
I didn't notice it at my first read through.
Flex.
But wait, he's not wearing it like Ash on his jacket.
No.
Yo, he pinned that shit to his skin, bro.
He wants to feel it. He wants to feel it.
Yeah, he really did. That shit's like on his shirt, like ripping through his jacket and shirt.
I wonder if that changes. Let's see. Does that change? Does that actually go to the vest in the future? How does
Take notes,
Homegirl
Chad.
steal it? Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, keep going.
Maybe that's in a later episode. Okay, so we get to Saint Anne.
I will say this episode also surprised me too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another big kind of change.
This is like a story like it sets up a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Mhm.
like story set up. That's why I really like this chapter too. It's just, he's still innocent. He's just doing menacing shit like a fucking kid.
mhm.
Yeah, Red for some reason is trying to
Trespassing.
jump into the ship. Was there a specific reason he wanted to get on this?
No, he's just freaking.
He's just
He's a
being
menace.
a kid. He's just
He's
being
just being a little kid, yeah. So he sees something really scary on that ship, and then he just gets booted the fuck off. He's like, "Wait a minute!" He gets his super serious manga panel. I saw something on that ship. Ah, and then we get into this whole crazy side story. We get Pedo Man,
Literally.
just like wants cute shit. He's into that.
The Poke Guzzler.
He's into Poke Lollies, basically. He doesn't want them to evolve and turn into adults.
That's his front. He had the Pokemon fan club. But really,
He's like, don't let your Pokemon evolve. No. Everyone pass out the Everstones. Everyone make your Pokemon hold the Everstone.
Your Pokemon wants some popsicles. Do they want? My voice can't even get that high.
I know.
Popsicles.
You want some popsicles?
There it is.
They're all just guzzlers. Look at all these guzzling their fucking Pokemon.
Although that's kind of adorable. I will say that
Yeah.
flashback shot of Reddit.
Yeah.
I grew up with
Real
mine.
one.
All right, so yeah, we get into this whole side story with the Pokemon fan club. You get weird pedo guy, and I guess this one of the guys in this fan club, his executor got stolen, and they think it went to the ship. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Pokemon thief is.
They
on
were
the
like
ship.
bonding over how they all lost Pokemon. And then perfect angle shot of the ship like in the window of the building.
Right. And we
Like
get
that one?
we get this really creepy shot of this old man and this baby Abra. It's like
It's funny. It's funny because when I was actually reading this the first time through, I saw that shot and I thought they were talking about the thieves. That I was, they're like, these freaking weirdos are stealing our Pokemon, and then I saw that shot and I was like, wait a minute, is this one of those like who done the crime? And it's like the guy that's like, it's like the drawing.
yeah,
It's like
super
who's the
obvious for
criminal?
little
It's like
kids.
wait,
Yeah.
it's the guy that's like in the room.
Scooby Doo. All right, but apparently that's Lieutenant Surge's ship. Transports materials to Cinnabar Island. Do you have any idea where that ship is going? Well, if it has materials. So wait, where? Hold on one sec. Somebody stole my executor. That way they stay a little cutesy. Okay, wait. Real quick. What? Pokemon battle. Somebody stole my executor. Help. Sorry. That way they
Yeah,
stay
go
little
right to left.
Right to left, sorry. That way they stay little cutesies forever. God, this guy's a problem.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody stole the executor.
I went for like the real twist in the story where like he was the criminal. He was like a Team Rocket member all along.
He was the worst Team Rocket member.
Yeah, so bad that he got booted out of Team Rocket.
Right.
Be like, nah, fam.
They're like,
You
yo,
gotta
bro.
sit this one out.
Yeah, bro, you're mad weird. Like, you're mad weird. Like, we thought you would go along with this, but you're more evil than we are.
Don't want to be known for this. We don't co-sign any of this.
Yeah, they're like, dude, this is even weirder than we want to be weird. Like, and we're trying to be real weird.
We found you a new assignment over here. You could helm this operation in this building.
But I want to go to. Hold on, real twist of the whole thing. But I want to go to Epstein Island. I'm sorry. I get real.
The twist, they are on the island.
The whole damn time. Wow.
Wow, imagine if they called themselves the fan club.
Dang.
And they want to keep them young.
Oh, okay. It's getting dark. Now I feel weird.
Whoa, hold on. All right, go back up. So you see the panel where they're hinting the information. It says, "Do you have any idea where the ship is going? It's going to Cinnabar Island. That's where Lieutenant Surge transports materials."
Only
So
for
Lieutenant
a-
Surge is he
Yeah.
owns that boat.
And in Cinnabar, Blaine, like the conspiracy theory in me was going nuts. I was like, holy shit.
Because it's just like you already saw one gym leader. You already saw Koga.
I was like, how many of these gym leaders? Does that mean like at least half are
Are they
evil?
in
Like so
cahoots?
far?
Well, that's
we
the
just saw
crazy
Misty.
part.
We just saw Misty, and
Dude.
Misty clearly was not Team Rocket.
Brock,
Right.
Misty. That's it.
So
Yeah.
is there a divide?
Yeah, you don't even think about these things. Like, until you read this. You're like, the gym leaders were actually, some of them were evil, and that you didn't get that impression at all from the games.
No,
Even the
especially
show.
the anime. Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
anime was very much
I don't know. Lieutenant Surge was a dickhead.
dickhead,
Yeah, but
but not a
you-
genocidal maniac.
you don't think he was like a exactly like you get the vibe that he's like, all right, like this guy like obviously
wasn't.
obviously fought in Vietnam, like it's like
He's not trafficking.
right, like he's obviously going, he might just be going through it a little bit, some screws might be loose. The man was at war, he's a general, so it's like, all right, some shit, he might have just seen some shit, like that's kind of how you just like kind of like excuse him. But this is like, dude, this man like was like fucking up this kid with Electabuzz. Like,
It was.
Fucking him up.
Yeah. Well, okay. So Red goes
so
on
you
his
keep
merry way.
trafficking.
We
Like,
still don't know what happened with this executor. I don't know why I'm so hung
Will
up on
we
this.
ever?
yeah,
But
they never. Yeah,
Yeah, they better bring up the boy, man.
yeah, Kuma,
time,
get
bring it
over.
back
time for
up.
me to go on
Get
a
over the egg.
cruise. If
Egg.
you're going, please do me a favor. It better be important. Can you leave me a Pikachu to cuddle with, just while you're gone?
Yo, he was that desperate to get
Yo.
away from him that
Yo,
he forked up the Pikachu, bro. Yo, look how
Zoom in.
fucking
Yeah,
Zoom in
weird
on
old
Pika.
man.
Zoom in
Yo.
on Pika. Zoom in on Pika.
yo,
With the
mad
boulder.
betrayed.
Look at that grip. Look at that grip. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Then go up, zoom in.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that Pika in the back. You look at the look.
Yeah, Bulbasaur. Look at Bulbasaur and be like, "Yo, Bulbasaur's like, yo, better him than me."
No,
Fuck it.
that was Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl's like better him than me. Look at that. He's looking back.
No, Poliwhirl's like somewhat thinking like this is a bad idea. Bulbasaur is out. Bulbasaur is like
"Ah,
committed.
Fuck him.
He's like,
Fuck them kids.
Bulbasaur is fuck them kids. Like,
he even says it. The whole shot it just says all of it. He even says weird old man.
This is yeah. I mean, what? It's just there's so much going on here.
get the panel off the screen, please.
Should we get
We
us
have
out of here?
we don't need this no more.
Very cool utilization of the Vine Whip.
Yeah.
To get on the ship here. And then
Oh hey, a Pokeball.
even surprised me. We got our Voltorb.
Mm-hmm.
Poliwhirl uses water gun.
Ah, true to the games. Looks like a Pokeball on the ground.
Yeah.
Go to pick it up.
Love this shot actually. He's just surrounded by goons.
I love what Lieutenant Surge says there because it's like such a common like
Right.
water conducts electricity. It's like, all right, bro, like, all right, science class.
We need
Now-
we need
now we're
a
using
body
weaknesses.
count. We need a body count on fucking Poliwhirl. This is like, I think like the 5th time,
with that top shot of just like
bro.
like a tally. We should do
They
a tally. for
literally,
every
it's just
Poliwhirl
body. Yo, do you even love your Pokemon, Red? What the fuck? Your OG?
And why bring Poliwhirl to the electric fight?
Never right.
Like,
Well, I mean, we didn't
Because
care
he-
about weaknesses before. Pikachu bodied rock Pokemon and ground
Because
Pokemon.
he's a fucking kid.
Because he's a kid and he's not a cad.
it's not a CAD yet.
He's not
No.
a cad yet. He's not the cad that you see out on Mount Silver.
Mm-mm.
That cat has seen some shit.
That's-
This kid is just getting started. That's why that's why that Poliwhirl is not on his 6-man team when you go up there because it's already fucking bodied.
Hilarious.
Poliwhirl's like, yo, I'm out. Honestly, like, I'm gonna release myself.
SpongeBob meme.
Yeah, and honestly, Poliwhirl's perfect for the SpongeBob
He's
meme.
exact proportions. of
He has the
SpongeBob.
perfect legs, the little like white boots, just like kicking off.
I might actually even Photoshop that. It's pretty funny, actually. That actually might be the thumbnail.
I think it should be.
You don't love this Poliwhirl. You don't. Yo, you gonna go up against Electabuzz?
Yeah, dude. And this Electabuzz doesn't even want to get put in a friggin' Pokeball.
Chained up.
He is
chained up
Oh,
Electabuzz.
Yo, I didn't even notice that the first time.
Really great action shots here. Kind of kind of get a little lazy on this panel, but then Poliwhirl doing his thing again with the random ass ice. This one makes a little more sense though. He kind of like he kind of made a mess on the ground and then froze it. He just slimed all over the ground here.
Oh,
Just like a slug or something. And just froze Lieutenant Surge and Electabuzz. That somehow was effective. And he got away? And then they run out.
Froze them. Had a whole convo with Poliwhirl about like, thanks, buddy.
Still on that boat though.
Yeah.
Something tells me this isn't the way to the exit. Okay. Magneton.
This better not be a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Poliwhirl got fucked up again. Okay, maybe I'm taking a 180 on this Poliwhirl thing. Maybe he did get fucked up a lot.
He did.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right. You're about to throw him in the water. A water type going into the water.
Oh
All right,
no. Poliwhirl, no. Great shot. I gotta say. This is
especially being
just
black
a
and
brilliant
white.
shot. This is why I love this shit, man. We'll bring this one up for the audience because they deserve to see this one. This one's just so good. All the electricity being shot at. Red getting fucked up here. Red just kind of going through it.
Into the water.
Okay. We've all been leading to this moment, though. Poliwhirl just being a fucking bum the whole time. And boom. Poliwrath. He evolved to Poliwrath. Still water type against all these electric types, though. But
wait. He's a fighting type now.
Fighting.
Also.
Yes,
He can throw hands now. He can throw hands.
He's got muscles.
Look him flexing on him.
Look at that shot.
Dang.
That's a shot you will not see in the game.
Yeah. And then
Hey.
Executor. Look at that Executor. Speaking of like size differences, I guess is this like a cutesy version of Executor?
Yes. Yeah.
So like the fan club made this. Oh god, they're so.
Even the
They're worse than Team Rocket.
No, I think they're just making like
They're
a
genetic
happy
freaks.
cutesy- They're just making like a happy cutesy panel.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Thanks, Johnny, for the real answer.
Brought you
You're
back to
right.
reality.
God, didn't let me keep the joke going.
Now let me fuck that up for you.
Oh, here comes Mr. Pedo. Don't worry.
Oh, it looks like Pikachu took a liking to him.
Oh
Look at that.
god. Oh god.
He's like,
What
I'm
did you do
done
to
with
him?
your Pikachu.
Oh, your Poliwhirl evolved into a Poliwrath. Little Poliwhirl, but where's my little Abra? Tell me. It evolved into an Alakazam.
Nah, too
he's
old
got
for
he's
him
got
now.
he's got facial hair now. He doesn't like him.
Nah, too old.
He's a teenager now.
Nah.
He's like, nah.
So wait, is Red just gonna get handed an Alakazam now? Handouts?
No.
Getting handouts?
He like caught a bunch of cool Pokemon that he just doesn't use, which was very interesting too.
He don't love them all the same, fucker.
He's like, Gyarados? Nah, into the
Nah,
PC.
He's less cool than I thought. You got all these other Pokemon, and you chose that party to be up top.
Chapter
And,
12
like-
was weird, by the way.
I thought he would have a Nidoking too. You know, he had a Nidorino at first catch.
We don't
He
see
just puts
that
everything-
again.
No, he just puts everything in the PC. He catches all these cool Pokemon and then just stuffs them in the PC, which is so weird. Like no Gyarados.
Did he keep the Gyarados?
He caught it,
But he caught it.
But it,
Or
shoved
if it
into
wasn't
his Pokédex.
Misty's?
No, he didn't like give it back to Misty. Like you didn't see that. Then again, you didn't see a lot of their exchange. They probably fucked and we just don't even know.
Yeah. Again, chapter 12 was kind of just its own little fun story. Get a
Snorlax.
little bike
Like-
race.
like fillery.
Very
Um,
side questy, very side quest moment.
Yeah, this I don't want to call it filler because there's a bunch of fun stuff in this. But
It's just like it's like the for fun story between two
right,
major things.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's a bit of an exhale after that major kind of little arc we got. So yeah, we got the bike race. A lot of funny moments here. I laughed at the Beedrill thing.
Do you remember this?
Yeah. Go up.
Back up to the Snorlax.
Dude,
he
nice.
does sleep on the dock.
Yep.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does.
Yep.
So this was a cool shout out. Well, not even a shout out. This is the original.
Mhm. Back
But it was
in the
nice
game,
to
there are
see
two
why it was.
Snorlaxes, and one is asleep on the dock.
Snorlax is so giant though. He's so big.
It makes sense. He should. I feel like he should be that big
What is
for him
Snorlax's real
blocking.
size?
How does that dock support Snorlax?
That is the question.
Whoa.
Snorlax is 6'11", 400 pounds. I mean, that's big, but it's not that big.
400 pounds also seems low.
No, not 400 pounds. 1,000 pounds.
Oh, sorry, that was kilograms. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
it's 6'11". Yeah,
1,000 pounds.
14,
Yeah, it's a ton.
Okay,
Makes
maybe that's
sense.
a little more realistic. A little bit. But I'll give it to him. But yeah, Snorlax is gigantic here, like the homage to the game. It's basically a 1-to-1, like you said. Great panel here. Poliwrath kind of getting fucked up by the Snorlax. So yeah, we get to the end here. So he eats the prize money?
No, I think he used the money to buy him food.
That makes sense.
I think that's what ended up happening. 10,000 in prize
Oh, it
money.
was all
just,
wasted on the Snorlax?
Yeah, just so he could feed him.
All right.
Good-hearted guy, man.
Yeah, funny way to say it. Snorlax likes to eat and fuck.
Snorlax owns.
Snorlax owns.
Chapter 13.
Yo,
Okay, yeah,
They
this is
made-
This is a real chapter.
shit got real in this one.
probably my favorite story, I think, so far. I love this. Okay, we'll try to be as efficient as we can with this, but okay, we're dealing with death here, so things get pretty serious. Things get, it was like in the game. Things definitely took a tone shift once you got here.
Yeah.
Did we know in the story that it was a Doduo that got that was killed?
Good question. I don't think they said the Pokemon name.
Because
No, they didn't.
it's very sad seeing that happy little Doduo is now.
Yeah, they never described which Pokemon he lost.
They did show Mr. Fuji though. Mr. Fuji was definitely like the main mourning guy. Everybody would like show respect.
Yeah, they
to
kind
his
of
house.
He kind of looks like the sprite too. I think.
Yeah, no, it was really cool reference to
Yeah.
him.
Nice way they broke down the character to make it look detailed, but still kind of maintain that sprite.
And
look.
obviously, like in the game, they never describe how they die,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just there. So, like as a kid, when you're playing, you're just like, "Oh, Pokemon die," but my Pokemon don't die. They just go to the Pokemon Center, and then it's just like, that's never a question. But it's so creepy in Lavender Town, but you just never stay there. So you're just like, once you're done there, you just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. It's
Never
like a one.
revisit it.
Yo, for real. Lavender Town's the one town you just like you hit once and you never go back.
Yeah, it messes you up as a kid. It's like,
Dude,
You don't
the
experience-
the soundtrack just pierces through the Game Boy.
yeah, I think that was part of it too.
I was like, I'm not staying there like at all.
But in the manga, we have different reasons to feel off put in this little story.
Yeah.
Was Blue in that in this
Yeah.
arc in the original?
In the
in
game,
the game,
just,
he was.
he's
He
just
was
there
up there.
He's like visiting his own dead Pokemon, I think.
Yeah, so the theory that people always had was
Oh,
like
right.
they dissect his team before you go to Lavender Town when you like fight him previously, and he had Eradicate.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
And then after Lavender Town, he doesn't have Eradicate. So
Mhm.
people just suspected that the Pokemon he was mourning in the tower was Eradicate.
Gotcha.
Duncan Manga. Bam.
Seriously,
I
that's
want it.
really insightful. So in this version, we have Doduo passed away, and then nobody ever goes in to the tower, and so
Mhm.
that incites Blue to want to go in there, right? I believe that's correct. And then then he never comes out. Now Red wants to go in is basically what happens. So now we start getting to the interesting
Just like
stuff.
fucking kids.
Just like little fucking snot-nosed kids that don't know their own mortality. But they get in. Red gets in there, and now we start getting into some interesting stuff.
One of my favorite scenes of Psyduck.
Me too. We basically get zombies /
Yeah.
just poke dead bodies of Pokemon.
Slowpoke, of course.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh yeah, all the fucking goofy ass Pokemon.
Yo,
Psyduck,
this is crazy.
Bones,
Dude, it's
skeletons.
brutal.
Like razor sharp teeth.
Damn,
like
dude.
Gross shit. Look at that.
Razor leaves cutting through the skulls.
It's like I said, when
Love
the
it.
tone, it's matching the tone.
Yeah.
Things are really serious now, and the art is matching it, which is fantastic. And
it's darker than we could ever have imagined because the
I love
game
it.
would never take it this way.
and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
Is like it is jarring, and it's
Yeah.
intended to be jarring. And
Yeah. And
But
they had no shackles. Like they could draw it and show it in any way they wanted. They had no restrictions.
and it brings up a couple of interesting questions of just like how. Oh god.
Yo, look at the eye.
The eyes coming out.
I
Dude,
love it. Welcome to the manga, Giovanni.
Yo, crazy.
This is a pretty brutal panel too. You just see like the bones and it looks like roadkill. But okay, at first I was like, wait, is this? So does this mean like this is like a dead Pokemon? So like, because when I was initially reading this, I was like, oh okay, so this is what an undead Pokemon is. It's not just like all Pokemon don't just become Ghastlies and Haunters and Gengars. Initially, I was thinking that. Because I was like, okay, because this is a dead Pokemon and it's animated. But then they said it's being controlled, so that theory still kind of holds that it could potentially be that. So
I thought the entire time, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were gonna connect it to the ghost of Cubone's mom. I thought they were gonna. That's how they were gonna like full circle this, but no mention of that.
Right. It was much different.
Separate story
In-game
completely.
thing, huh?
Yeah.
We get kind of a possessed Blue here.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically starts attacking, which leads us into chapter 14. So we're in the tower. Everything's kind of being possessed, including the living, including Blue. And we get this pretty interesting fight, and then it's kind of revealed that the Ghastly is using telekinesis. I guess
He's basically possessing them.
that's a strong ass Ghastly.
And I'm surprised it wasn't Gengar or something.
Right? Yeah, like
would have been so cool to see
stuff.
Gengar. Yeah, it's like little Ghastly.
Yeah, if Ghastly's that strong, what would a Gengar look like in this series? But yeah, Bulbasaur doing his thing, just doing his like standard like, just crazy weird stuff.
Just taking advantage of
the environment.
Bulbasaur is busted.
Yeah, Bulbasaur got a little bit of plot armor, I suppose.
No, Bulbasaur's just a goat.
But
don't say that. Let's not take it there.
With that, all right. with that move, he stops Blue.
Yeah, how could you
Blue
argue?
wakes up.
It's like a reverse poison powder, basically.
Yeah, so they keep. Okay, so Blue's Blue wakes up. Now blue and red are still trying to now go to the top of this tower to find out what the hell's going on.
What an ungrateful little shit.
Well, oh, yeah, I
He's
mean
gonna
it's the nature of the rivalry.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And then boom,
Oh, the goat.
Koga
Yeah.
back.
Poison in the veins.
I mean,
Full out ninja.
what a way to end this volume, because we get the reveal that Koga's here.
My ninja.
Your ninja, my ninja, part of Team Hard R.
It's Koga.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy that you guys were even able to say that, and it makes so much sense.
It's what? Just talking about.
This is why we're never gonna get
the
monetized.
Ninja Koga.
Team Rocket, bro.
He's part of Team Rocket. Yeah, that's
He
fine.
really is. They're the
Yeah.
big syndicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is crazy. And Koga looks like sick. This shot right here, he's like, I'm part of the elite
The elite
triad.
triad. Yeah.
Yeah, like this shot.
Gang.
This shot is crazy.
Yeah, that's gang gang. right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It's just.
Is he
this some
levitating? What is that?
It's
What is-
next level. It's
Yo,
it's next level ninja shit, man.
Yeah, bro. He's part of Naruto.
We
for real.
we hear now just even the way the paneling is, everything's getting darker, more detailed. Like, look
So
at that Abra. Like, it's just.
Arbok.
Or sorry, why did I say Abra?
Still thinking about that Abra, huh?
Whatever, man. No. You know better than the director.
Dude. Scarred.
Are you the director of Pokemon Fan Club?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Is
Is
this
that
something
your
you're trying to tell
beard?
us? You trying to tell us something?
It is him.
It is him.
Wait, doesn't the director also have a hat like Kumba?
You got the shades. Where are they?
Why did you have shades so close to them? Why are shades so close to the your setup? Why did you have shades like within arm's reach?
Oh my god.
Clip that.
No.
That is clippable. Wait, I gotta clip it. Fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Literally.
Like that. Like this is gold. Like you have to clip back to
Oh.
Pokemon Fan Club shit. That's hilarious.
Amazing.
Ugh.
So shit pops off here.
Shit
And
pops off.
Koga reveals, without us even knowing that he's a gym leader, but just us following the game, thinking, what the hell?
Look at, is this poison? Like, what is going on
It's
here?
like acid.
Acid.
It's acid.
That's fucking heavy. He's throwing up. Like, he's just vomiting, projectile vomiting. Everything is in chaos. They're trying to escape. But then, like, Chad Charmeleon comes to the rescue here.
For real.
Okay,
Reflect.
so this is an interesting point, though. Koga is actually an illusion here, which is why he was, like, doing all that weird ninja levitating stuff.
Yeah. Good point.
He's actually outside, fucking somehow being held up by a fucking little
Crobat?
Golbat.
Is it a Golbat or a Crobat?
Golbat. I don't think Crobat was actually. I think he's not.
He's
part of
really
151.
showing. He's really showing you how to use fly.
But the most.
Remember, you can't use fly without his badge.
Oh my god! Why do
Dang.
you know
He's
that?
really,
Whoa.
he's really showing you
What
how
the
to
hell?
use fly.
You remember that deep into the gym badges?
Like
at
Johnny's
this.
autism is showing, like, shows scar and stuff. Johnny is like
Genius.
retarded for like a good part of his life, but like the stuff he's like interested in, it's like a savant level of knowledge.
Yeah, like it's deep, engraved.
That's
Like
pretty
it's like
awesome.
stuff like this and like
Yeah.
DDR. It's like
Yeah.
it's like what are we like what?
How are you
Johnny
doing this?
min maxed his life in some weird ways.
I call it
but-
being Asian, but like
it's
I guess it's being autist. You know?
He's not an artist, he's an autist.
I guess all Asians are a little autist.
Yeah. It's just engraved. Anyway, this Koga is freaking flying thousands of feet away from the tower.
Well, and that's
Just-
the interesting
I got it.
point though that I wanted to bring up is he's they point out here in the manga that he's away, so he can't directly order the Pokemon to do stuff quickly, like on the fly. So it's actually weakening the Mons inside.
Yeah.
So therefore, it gives Charmeleon an advantage. So Arbok gets fucked
decimated.
up, turned into
Dude.
Swiss cheese, basically.
Look at that expression too.
Or
got
turn into deli meat, basically. Turn into deli meat. Like,
You see
can I get half a pound of Arbok, please?
Very
wrapped up?
detailed too.
Like, it looks like deli meat. It's crazy. It like
This shot was nuts.
shit
This is
gets
when
intense.
when I saw this, when I saw the Poliwhirl get freaking hit in the target, full circle here, I was like, holy shit, they are willing to do anything. When I saw this, I was like, oh, like they're willing to show us like the inside meat, like the inside pieces of what the Pokemon is, not just like Onyx breaking up, but like this
Carve it up, bro.
cutting.
It
So,
was
gloves are off.
It was wild to see that. That was
Yeah, for real.
unexpected. I don't actually think I saw this. Like, I know there was like some violent pictures I saw in the past. I'm surprised I never saw this one because this was actually shocking. Like, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They cut him in half.
Yeah.
It's lit.
So, yeah.
Wait, dude, is that not Crobat? Scroll down.
Dude,
No, it's Golbat.
Let's go.
Dude, Crobat, that's Crobat, dude. I'm telling you.
Nah, that's Golbat.
Nah, Golbat has those feet.
Dude,
Yeah.
Golbat does not have wings.
Golbat has feet, but Crobat does not have feet.
Golbat has feet.
I don't know, dude.
Chat. What? Does
Yeah.
just Golbat have feet? No.
Yeah. Is it Golbat or Crobat? And I know we the end off here, but is that Golbat or Crobat? I feel like that's Crobat. I'm not gonna lie.
To wrap this up, we get a couple more violent battles of just
acid
melting, just
out.
It's just kind of vile stuff. But
it makes you really like. It depicts like Koga, real villain.
Dude.
He's a hard ass man.
Like, what is he squeezing in the next one? Is he like squeezing like Zubat?
What a hardo, man! What a fucking hardo.
And then Mr. Fuji.
I gotta go.
All right, we say goodbye to Johnny, and as we wrap up here. Arbok. What Arbok melted was one of the dead Pokemon. What Arbok melted was one of the dead Pokemon. Yeah, like, just so Charmeleon basically splits Arbok in half, and then I guess the acid just goes everywhere, and I guess we just
melts
show a
everything
panel
else.
of Psyduck just getting melted, zombie Psyduck getting melted. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
These little kids don't seem too scarred after seeing all that, but
No, they're just like, oh.
But
Do I get my badge?
That's really all fucking Red cares about. Really.
Yeah, Red's like, what cough it up.
Fucking Zoomer Red just has no emotions.
He's just like a TikToker. he's just like,
I think I'm
next.
entitled to a badge. Fucking.
He's like, guys, look at all these dead bodies.
Just Logan Paul's it. Logan Paul's it.
Yeah. Content.
I'm dead.
Well, the Pokemon are dead.
Fucking Koga is reeing, and
He looks like Vegeta in that shot.
he does look like Vegeta. That's so funny. What a funny.
Look at me with all the Dragon Ball references.
They've never watched.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess they saved the day, right?
Yeah, Mr. Fuji.
the tower is cleansed, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out there was no true apparitions. We don't know for sure, like I kind of mentioned before, if we don't get too many answers really, if Pokemon become Ghastlies and stuff, or
Yeah.
if that's the ghost types are their own species.
Could just be a theory.
One interesting thing I did want to point out, since we kind of
Did you get the end of it?
well, there real quick, I do want to just go back really quick, just on that point of the Ghastly. They
Yeah.
call him. I don't know if we could find it. I don't. Is the telekinetic Pokemon, and that's our true enemy. It is the telekinetic Pokemon Ghastly. That's a very interesting choice of words. They didn't say the ghost Pokemon. They said the telekinetic Pokemon.
You think it was like a way for them to try to have us feel like he's almost like hypnotizing them through their mind?
They could have just said it's the ghost type Pokemon Ghastly using telekinesis or something, or like some type of move.
Yeah.
But they actually this was translated a long time ago, so maybe at the time they really didn't have like a true definitive way to, because were there actual ghost types back then, or were they considered like poison?
Technically, it technically wasn't there was no ghost type
in Gen 1?
No.
In blue and red, right? Or was there? I mean, there was psychic.
No,
type,
it wasn't.
right?
It wasn't ghost. It wasn't ghost. It was just psychic.
Oh, were they considered psychics?
Technically, all the ghosts were poison.
Okay, was there a poison type?
I'm trying to think. It had to be, right? Because Arbok was poison. There wasn't a lot of
grass.
moves.
No.
I think they were poison. I think they just were all poison, and there was no actual other ghost types. So everybody, like all the super effective damage, everything was just based on the ghosts being hit by, like, as if they were poison. So like Earthquake would hit them hard.
Okay.
Because there was no like true ghost only Pokemon. So I think because of that, they didn't put any extra effort into making the ghost type a real thing.
Gotcha. Well, I thought
that was weird. It was really weird.
I did think that was an interesting choice of words there. That they're calling Ghastly the telekinetic Pokemon as opposed.
Yeah, it was weird because I almost feel like they were trying to like tell us what was going on without, like, by this the way they described it.
Stone.
Yeah, like let's just try to like expedite this process of like explaining what's going on.
Don't take the word for word verbiage as gospel, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Gotcha. It might have just been like, hey, let's just make this like hint, like,
gotcha.
Let's make this a little easy for you,
right?
Because shit's clearly about to go down, and we can't sit here and try to like go through a long story of what's gonna happen. We're just gonna.
That's fair. I may look into that more and relay back at the beginning of probably the next episode.
Okay.
But yeah, I really think this is a very dense 2 chapters, and I think we could have dove into that more. And if the cads at home chat wants us to like kind of go into more detail on a couple of these chapters, let us know in the comments. Because this really what this is we're skimming through it, kind of giving our quick takes here. The idea is for you guys to read it, because really we can only go into so much detail without us just basically becoming an audiobook. So the exactly. idea is, if anything, you should read it beforehand and then come watch this as like a supplementary thing.
Yeah.
And maybe sure. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a thing at the beginning of this video to say that specifically. But yeah. So to round out the last couple pages, we got Doduo can finally rest in peace. Wow. And we got Blue just being his blue self.
Also, interesting way they put the freaking tombstone. Duo.
I wonder if that is like a shitty scanlation, like someone typed that out, or if because I wonder what the original Japanese looks like. I wonder if
I
that,
feel like this was a bad translation conversion because like
yeah.
it was probably like somebody or like late night. They're just like duo.
Yeah, I am actually pretty curious to look up other versions of this
Mhm.
to see kind of how the again the verbiage is broken down maybe in the Japanese and or other people that translated this to see how they interpreted it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's really it.
so yeah, that's kind of the end. We
Hits him with the smell you later and
yeah,
walk away.
smell you later. Uh, Actually, a pretty nice closing shot right there. It's nice to kind of get more environmental shots, especially in a comic like this where it's very action oriented, kind of limited background stuff. So whenever you got for people like I appreciate this stuff, like when you can flesh out the environment in the world in panels
Yeah,
like this because
it's a nice like
makes it
reach back. Like it's a nice like pan out.
yeah. Yeah, but that's the end of volume 2. So we did.
Volume 1.
No, was this volume 1? Pokemon
No, it's a preview of Volume 2 now. That
Okay.
they're saying.
So
Next time.
Next time we will go into volume 2. That will be up to I think chapter 27. So we'll be reading like about another 13 chapters here or so. So stay tuned for that. We've already kind of read into that, but for time and for your sanity at home, we'll hold off and save that for next time. But yeah,
That's it, Cads.
yeah. If you want more of this though, comment and like and stuff because I like doing this stuff. I like reviewing the manga, and I think
Dude, I love it.
Duncan likes this stuff. His autism is like spikes here, and
Peak.
it's like crazy.
His final
how much
form.
He's just grasping stuff that is like so minute. Like it's insanity.
The learning fly by this point to talk to him. Koga is flying because you need to beat him to fly. Like, whoa.
I think he knows more about this, and he's like read less of this than he does with like One Piece, and he's like currently up to date. Like it's crazy how like that.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he was pulling tonight was just so out there weird.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Fact check the shit out of him though, because if he's wrong, call him out on it.
Yo, for real. But honestly, this is yeah, let's make this a habit. I want to definitely do more of these. So yeah, just like the video said, just like this panel says. Next time
on Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. All right. Okay. I am tired. What time is it? It's 10:12. So we've been going for 2 hours. Well, just like the Duo in this last chapter, I'm about to die. So...
on that bombshell.
on that...
Next time.